Hi, it's me, it's Monica, and this is another weight loss video. So I've been making these weight loss videos to talk about some of the things that I did to lose weight. I am not a nutritionist, I am not a health expert, I'm not a fitness expert, I am none of those things. I am just basically making these videos to talk to you about what worked for me. I do get asked about it sometimes, especially when I tell people that I once weighed 315 pounds, and they ask me like, okay, so what did you do? So I've made some videos to talk about that. I've talked about counting calories, I've talked about exercising, I've talked about, eating a little bit better, and that's basically going to be the focus of this video. But long story short, at the end of 2009, I had gone from 185 pounds in high school to basically 315 pounds at the end of 2009. I had a good life. I didn't miss out on things. There weren't things that I went to go do and I couldn't do because I was too big. I went to the doctors a few times, and I even was told that I was surprisingly healthy for someone my size. But basically, what ended up happening was I saw a picture of myself at the end of 2009, and I was not happy with how I looked. I felt I just looked too big. And then I coupled that with when I started losing weight, I went into the closet to basically see what was going to fit me and what wasn't fitting me at the time. Because I actually hadn't dressed for quite some time, and maybe that was a product of me, being so big. But basically, I ended up going through the closet, and I would say about 2-3% of my outfits fit me. Everything else didn't, and it was just a huge wake-up call. Right? Again, it wasn't a health scare. I didn't feel unhealthy. I wasn't unhappy. It was just I wanted to change, what was going on in my life, and I wanted to make sure that all of my outfits fit me again. So basically what I started doing, I started exercising. I was exercising, zero. I would kind of walk a little bit here and there, but like realistically, no. So basically I started riding my exercise bike. I started walking at work on breaks. I walked after work. When my wife came home, we went to walk instead of just eating and watching TV. I would take the stairs instead of the elevator sometimes. If it was just a couple floors, we went walking at the mall, we went walking at parks, walking at the beach, and kind of that all added up. Every time I took a break at work, I went walking. Sometimes at work, when I needed to read something, I would walk out about around the building or in the parking structure when I was reading it or proofreading it, and it actually really started to work. A couple other things I did right away, and it's part of this video where I say talking about eating a little bit better. I used to drink regular sodas, right? Like Dr. Pepper was my drink. Like anywhere we would go, if they had Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, I would drink it. And we're talking like 32, 64, 108 ounces, 128 ounces at a single setting. And I wouldn't bat an eye at it, it was just what I drank. I drank when it came to sodas. And then the other thing was French fries. So for the first year, basically, I stopped drinking sodas and I stopped eating French fries. And I actually lost 35 pounds just that. Everything else, I was still eating the burgers. I was still eating as much as I was. I hadn't really cut back on much. I was still eating, all the sugary things that I love to eat. And I still lost 35 pounds in that first year. And so basically, once I was down that 35 pounds, I really started exercising more. And while I was exercising more, I continued to eat a little bit better, right? So basically, I started eating chicken sandwiches instead of burgers. Not that I never have a burger. I do still have a bacon cheeseburger, double bacon cheeseburger, but I eat them less than I used to. I've gone back to eating the fries. I just eat them less than I used to. I'll have a hamburger and fries a couple times a month now at this point. Before, I was eating one every day, maybe 4 or 5 a week, honestly. It was just like what I would get for lunch when I was at work or, wherever we were out and about and I was hungry, we'd stop and I'd get a burger. And so basically I started eating more chicken dishes instead of beef dishes, less hamburgers, less fries, more, like healthier chips. And I started eating sandwiches, like turkey sandwiches, ham sandwiches, things like that at lunch as opposed to the fast food. And it actually made a big difference. So eating a lot more chicken, teriyaki chicken bowls, things like that. It really added up. So that coupled with the exercise, I actually got down to 180 pounds, 183 pounds, I should say, about 2 years ago. I'm back up to about 220, 230 right now. I'm working to get back down again. Just had a few things happened. Life happens, right? My grandfather passed away. I basically had to take over, taking care of my grandmother and making sure that, his daughter, my aunt, they were, taken care of. And so I wasn't exercising as much. I'm working from home now instead of working at the office. So that, compulsion to get up and leave the building isn't the same as it was before. But I am still riding the exercise bike and I am still doing things. So, I count calories. I, make sure that I'm exercising as much as I can. But realistically, one of the main things that you want to think about is eating better. Now, I'm not saying go cold turkey, right? I didn't stop eating burgers or ice cream or anything that I love to eat, just like cold turkey stopped. And then all of a sudden I'm eating vegetables and stuff like that. And that never happened. I'm not a vegetable person. I don't like salads. I don't like vegetables. Yet, while not liking salads, not liking vegetables, still eating the junk food that I like to eat, just eating less of it, eating it less often, I actually still managed to lose 135 pounds. So anyways, I hope these videos are helping. I'm making them as I think of them, as I come up with topics to talk about. And I hear a lot from people, just when we're chatting. It's kind of one of those things, it's really like a trans girl thing, right? As soon as you make that decision of, okay, I'm going to transition, or you make that decision of, I'm going to live at least part-time as my female self, one of the first things that you do is you realize that you want to lose weight, right? Because the clothes fit better, you feel better about yourself, you feel healthier. And so one of the things that you can do to do that I would, advise, or, that I would say, not necessarily that I would advise, but that, let me tell you what worked for me, was eating a little bit better. And that's eating the junk food, eating the bad stuff less, eating better stuff more often, and, being sure to exercise, track your progress and things like that all at the same time. So I hope you're enjoying my videos. I hope these videos are helping. Feel free to reach out to me. It's Monica Ann Hart. You can Google me, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, VK, Instagram, YouTube. I'd love to hear from you. Reach out to me. We can talk about weight loss. We can talk about fashion. I can tell you more about what worked for me if you're interested. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you.